A troubling trend in the life insurance industry continues. This week in life insurance, we're back in Boston. It's June, which is Pride Month. First off, we want to wish everyone out there a very happy and safe Pride. And since it's safe, it's the Pride, let's talk about this trend. You know, there's really kind of a weird disconnect happening between the life insurance industry and the LGBTQ plus community, right? And especially here when it's Pride Month. If you look at the stats, it tells an interesting story. Members of the LGBTQ plus community own life insurance at about a 40% rate, while the general public owns at a 51% rate. That's a pretty big gap. At the same time, members of the community report higher levels of feeling of financial insecurity than kind of their straight counterparts. So here you have a group of people who feel and have financial security in their lives and have lower rates of life insurance industry. It's a group that you would think the industry would be running to help and serve and help kind of close that life insurance gap, which is the goal they say they have. However, you don't see that. Here we are in June. There aren't sessions like aimed at advisors on how to work with gay clients. There isn't communication out to the community saying, hey, we see you, we hear you, we want to be here to help you. And in fact, there's actions the industry take that make you think that maybe the industry doesn't really like gay people. Look at PrEP, for example. The industry has a history of denying coverage, life insurance coverage, to people who are taking PrEP, people who are trying to do something right for their health. In fact, there was a New York Times article once that talked about how some gay people would go off PrEP in order to get life insurance coverage. They would take a decision that had a potential material adverse impact on their health to get coverage. And just last year, when the Virginia state legislature passed a bill that would say that you could not deny coverage in the state of Virginia if someone was taking PrEP, then Governor Youngkin vetoed that bill. And what was the insurance industry's response? Silence, nothing. They let it happen. They didn't say that this was bad. And so you have a community that has a real need, that has a gap, and the life insurance industry talks about wanting to close the gap. But here, they're not doing that. And that disconnect makes you kind of question why. That's all for this week. We'll talk to you soon.